Hi everyone, and welcome back to Tales of Lost. Imagine a world where a desperate act leads to unexpected miracles and haunting consequences. Today, we dive deep into the interesting story of the monks of the Mourning tree, whose lives are forever blended in with a mystical tree. Thank you for joining in. Before we start, I need to confess that before I started this project, I didn't realize creating such videos can take this amount of time and effort. It might sound challenging, but it's still so fun to draw and imagine everything about it. I've been checking a previous video and noticed a lot of unclear spots about these mysterious characters. So I've taken some time to gather all the details and finalize their lore. I've decided to keep their name simple as Monks of the Mourning Tree, and made some changes to their appearance. Considering the unavailability of the vibrant dyes around the lands they have been living, it makes more sense for them to wear more muted, simple colors. Today, I'll show them both in their everyday lives and how they might look in combat stances, to give you a full picture of their existence. Additionally, I realized I haven't shown any female monks in previous video, so you'll see some of them today. Also, there are more smaller stories and details about these monks coming from my overthinking sessions. Yes, unfortunately I do overthink. But I believe these details enrich their story. I might expose these sub-stories in separate videos later on. Let's deep dive into their lore. Originally, these monks were nomadic people, roaming vast landscapes and facing numerous challenges before they finally settled beside a river in what became their main life source for their village. As this village developed, each person found their role in their community. Builders crafted homes and structures from local materials, farmers tilled the soils and planted seeds, which were gathered during their travels or traded with their valuable items at other towns when they encountered on their journeys. As years passed, the community began to flourish, and they were preparing trades with other cities. However, they soon noticed that the river was shrinking rapidly. Concerned, they organized a group to investigate this mystery. This exploration team traveled upstream only to discover that the source of their river had turned into a vast, empty pit. This news plunged the village into despair. In the middle of this desperation, an old man, known as a believer of old gods, declared that a sacrifice of 12 young girls with their oldest seeds would please the gods and bring the water back. Despite the initial resistance, the overwhelming fear and desperation led the villagers to carry out this tragic act. They picked the girls and performed a ceremony where they buried them alive with the last precious seed from their ancestors at the dried-up river spring. The next morning, to everyone's surprise and sorrow, the water has returned, flowing more abundantly than ever, but the joy was tainted by the grim nature of their miracle. Life in the village improved. Soon after, the villagers noticed small tree sprouts emerging on their backs. Initially, these sprouts were merely a curiosity, but over time, they began to resemble human arms. The panic set in when the old man who had proposed the sacrifice was found dead, completely covered with these branch-like arms. Fearing a curse, the villagers, along with the mothers of the sacrifice girls, returned to the spring to beg for forgiveness from the spirits of the girls. There, they discovered a bizarre tree with a never-before-seen form, oozing a black, gummy essence. In a moment of panic and curiosity, one of the villagers ingested a drop of this essence. His lips burned lightly, but the branches enveloping the villager crumbled to dust, leaving behind only 4 gentle arm-like branches that embraced him. The villagers realized that the tree, along with the essence and the branches, were manifestations of the girl's spirit, who had somehow forgiven their culprits. After they got back to village and told everything had happened there, villagers became monks and swore an oath to protect the tree and spirit of the girls for the rest of their lives. Now, let me explain how the monks interact with this mystical tree. The tree continuously twists and releases small droplets of its essence. The only way to safely consume this essence to catch it directly in one's mouth. Contact with skin results in irritation, but monks can bear it. They train themselves for many years, sitting patiently under the tree, mouths open, waiting for these precious drops. This training isn't just about patience, it involves a special technique using the tongue to guide the essence directly down the throat by vibrating their tongues. This essence is peculiar. It only reacts with the DNA of those monks who were altered by the original river water. Even if other people attempt to experience it, they get no effects from the essence. Knowing this, the monks remain undisturbed by the outsiders and focus solely on their sacred task. They believe their sitting spots under the tree are chosen by fate, and they embrace long, sometimes uncomfortable waits. These waits can extend from days to years, and during these periods, monks might experience that their bodies drying out and sprouting tiny branches. However, their rigorous meditational practices maintain their consciousness, allowing them to continue. After some time, the sounds of their dried tongue resemble the rhythmic pecking of a woodpecker when the tongues keep vibrating in their mouth. When a monk finally captures a drop, their body has transformed, it miraculously returned to normal, rejuvenated by the potent essence. I'll dig deeper into how these monks use their arm-like branches, whether they can manipulate these for combat or other tasks, and what the other powers the essence might give to them. I think for now, we have enough information about them. If you made this far, thank you so much for your interest and patience. If you enjoyed this video and the story of the monks, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to join me with this journey on creating this world. Until the next time.